What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Devout Joystick, where I bring you the latest gaming news, reviews, and walkthroughs. And this video is widely and lately overdue because I was actually done with this video and done with this series of top 10 games that I think need a remake, a remaster, or just need some more love. This game was one of my favorites for the Nintendo GameCube, and it was so highly regarded, it made a remaster on the PS3. Tales of Symphonia. I love that game. Loved it, and to the point where I beat it maybe about 10 or 15 times. I haven't even got everything that I possibly could, because once I did 100 and some hours in it, got all the devil's arms, got all of the side quests completed that I thought, here I see another YouTuber doing an 100% completion walkthrough. Here's something else that I didn't even uncover. I was like, huh? What? Okay, so now I gotta go get the game. Well, guess what? I don't have a GameCube anymore, and neither do I have a PlayStation 3. So that's one game that I'm going to be in the market for, and it's going for around $15 or $16 on Amazon. So the last thing I need is just a GameCube, which goes for about $59, $69 something dollars. It wouldn't be $69. The game takes place in a world called Symphonia. You have Lloyd, Rain is his teacher, and Genus is one of his childhood friends and classmates. Colette is also a student at that school. It starts off in the classroom after an amazing view of the atmosphere going all the way down to the whole world and seeing all these different places you can go to, and then they zoom in on the school. A big white light shows up. They have to conclude class. Now, fast tracking forward, they find out that all of these X crystals that Lloyd uses and some of the army uses is actually made from human people and human sacrifices, and they were sending Colette on this pilgrimage to try to cleanse the world of all this unrighteousness. Little do we know what is really doing to her after we do the first dungeon, and we find out that little by little it's taking her humanity away, corrupting her, and we have to try to find a way to save both worlds, because we run into somebody that is trying to stop Colette's pilgrimage, because they don't really tell us until halfway through the game, which I thought was a brilliant way they made it, was that if we try to save Silverant the way that the pilgrimage is intended to go, then we're killing off Tetheala, which is the opposite side of the dimension. 3 or 4 new characters from that dimension. I love storyline games like that. The turn-based action system in that was my first experience of the Tales series, and I believe there was like 4 more other games before this. So now, having seen how Tales of Symphonia ran, I went over to Tales of Graces, and then I went over to Tales of the Abyss. I haven't even beat Tales of the Abyss, and Tales of Graces F was really difficult in terms of Tales of Symphonia, so I don't even want to dive into that. But I really feel that Tales of Symphonia highly deserves a remake to be on the PlayStation 5 or even the PlayStation 4, because the PlayStation 4 is going to last probably another 3 or 4 years after the PlayStation 5 has been released. That's what I think, just looking at past PlayStation consoles and seeing how they just discontinued the PlayStation 2 and that you really can't find that in the store now. So PlayStation 2's been out for almost 10-15 years, so now if we're gonna look at that, it's going to be for another couple years, even several years, before they get rid of the PlayStation 4 with all the stuff it has to offer and all the money and time they put into it. It better stay up for a while. These 10 games that I've mentioned, if you haven't seen the other 9, I'll leave links in them below. I think that I'm gonna make one video where all these games are gonna have to battle for my top #1 spot. So I'm sure you don't wanna miss that, and leave a comment below on what you thought about Tales of Symphonia. If you have not played it, I highly suggest you go and pick it up. Find a friend that has a GameCube, find a friend that has a Wii, a Wii U, 2 Wii Wiis, whatever you find, get those together and have a good time because it is multiplayer. So you will have your share of fun with Tales of Symphonia. Are we done?
Sorry, go ahead.
All you need is a Wii or a GameCube and you'll be able to play this game. You can even sacrifice frame rate by getting it on a PlayStation 3, which has been said to have it on 30 frames per second. I ask that you like, comment, and subscribe, and you also comment on what your favorite Tales game is. And I would love to start a conversation with you on that because Tales actually reignited and re-sparked my love for JRPGs and RPGs. And Scott Menville, he deserves some big kudos because he was the voice of Lloyd, the voice of Maximilian from Dark Cloud 2, and the voice of Robin from Teen Titans, and a lot of other childhood characters on Rugrats, Batman Beyond. He had a large catalog of voice acting, so he deserves the high ups in this. And also, there's two Kratoses. There's a Kratos, God of War Kratos, and then there's a Kratos from Tales of Symphonia. So that name goes a long way, but not as long as two Eevees. But now we are about to end this video on a high note by asking you guys a question. Which of the Tales games that you have played do you think need a remake? And without further ado, this is the Devout Joystick, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.